Hi, this is Father Bob from the Fest. Much like all of you, over the last couple of days, weeks, people have been saying, well, Father Bob, is the Fest going to happen? Is the Parish Festival going to happen? Are we going to have school? And I would respond over and again, like I bet so many of you, like, God only knows. I say it tongue-in-cheek, but literally, God only knows. And that really is a wonderful song for King and Country. God only knows. And I'll tell you a funny story about this. A couple years ago, I'm at St. Ambrose Parish in Brunswick, and St. Ambrose had a quote that said, God knows tomorrow with the same certainty as today. So much like we do for the Fest, the little theme, God knows, right? Trying to bring people comforts, and it's good that God knows, right? It should bring us God knows tomorrow with the same certainty as God knows today. Well, people freaked out like, oh my gosh, God knows everything. Well, wonderfully, yes, God does. Now, sometimes that's bad, but most of the time, in the overwhelming way, that is really, really, really good news. That God knows. That God knows tomorrow with the same certainty as God knows today, which means that God is with us always. That God will give us the grace and wisdom to walk forward in faith and hope and trust in the Lord. That God knows this with such a great care that our future is going to be full of hope and bright. What we don't know is necessarily all the details. So I don't know right now what's going to happen on Sunday, August the 9th, the day of the Fest. I can tell you that we're working really, really, really hard. We want to make right and good decisions. We know that Fest 2020 will be more like Fest 19 and a half. It's going to be different. We just don't know what that different will be yet. We're waiting for the best guidance from the governor and those who are trying to do a best job of taking care of us. But in the meantime, I promise you, one, that God knows, that God's in charge, and that God is going to give all of us the grace and wisdom that we need. Two, what I can assure you of is that we're going to make best decisions to make sure that you and all those who love the Fest are safe, and we're going to do whatever's best and wise so that happens. And three, I know that on Sunday, August the 9th, we'll do something. God only knows at this moment what that will be, but it will be something to give us comfort, to give us hope, to remind us of the faithfulness of God. So it's a tongue-in-cheek phrase, but it's really the best phrase we could say. God only knows. Wonderfully, when we give ourselves to God, God knows, and God cares, and God will give us the grace, strength, and wisdom to make those best, wise, holy choices for ourselves, for your families, and for our community. Be assured every day of my prayers, trusting, praying that God will give each of us the wisdom, grace, and strength that we need. And certainly know that we will keep you with good information, well communicated, as we work together to make best decisions for Sunday, August the 9th, which is the day for the Fest. Until then, listen to For King and Country, God Only Knows, and find great comfort in knowing that God knows tomorrow with the same certainty that God knows today. God bless you.
God only knows what you've been through.